ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the one and only Kharlie Brown. And I'll just jump into it like this. So I was walking at work and I ran into a coworker, and we always talk about Marvel movies and, comic book movies like that, DC as well. Excuse me. And he asked me if I seen any good movies. And the first movie I thought about saying was The Eternals. So he looked at me, was like, yeah. He's like, how'd you feel about it? I'm like, I didn't really like it. So he was like, well, I liked it. I was like, okay. I said, what you like about it? Like, well, the history and stuff. Now, he's a comic book fan, so he probably was into The Eternals. Then I started thinking about it. There are superhero movies that came out that I was really into. There was a lot of people that said they didn't like it, but I really enjoyed it. So I was like, you know what? Let me go see it again. So I saw it 2 times. Second time I saw it, I really dug into the movie. Now, the reason why the title says The Eternals is good is because Marvel has put itself inside of a weird predicament to where all their movies are linked together, and each movie tells you, completes the larger narrative of everything that's going on over the movies. And with all the movies they have so far, everything led all the way up beforehand, led all the way up to the Marvel Avengers Endgame. But it opened up the door to other movies and stuff like that. Now, so far after Endgame, a lot of people have been kind of upset with some of the movies that came out after Endgame. Like, for example, when Black Widow came out, a lot of people were upset about the ending credit scene for Black Widow. They were upset with the movie. They were upset with the villain. They thought they should do more with Taskmaster and stuff like that. Then when Shang-Chi came out, there was a lot of controversy around Shang-Chi. But I like both of those movies. Okay, so if anybody like The Eternals but then like those 2 movies, you get what I'm saying. Okay, so spoiler alert, by the way, because I might spoil some things in this movie. I don't know if I am. But let's get into the movie right now. Let's talk about the movie The Eternals. Now, first off, let's talk about characters. I'm not really sure altogether how many characters there were. All right, so let's see. We'll just jump into the first character. We'll go with the first character that popped off. Let's go with Ajax. Now, the character Ajax was the leader of the Eternals. She had the ability to heal herself as well as others. We didn't really see her doing much fighting in the movie. And even with, now again, spoiler alert, even with her death, that helped drive the story a little bit more. We didn't really see her, we really see her get down and dirty, throw punches and stuff like that. She pretty much picked up a rifle, shot people up. Now, her powers are really helpful. I mean, the powers to heal people is great, and heal herself as well. But I don't know what she, because we didn't really get that much character development with her, other than her being the leader, changing her mind, wanting to save the human race and stuff like that. But power base wise, it's good power to be able to heal people. I mean, that's good. Moving on to Icarus, the one who flew too close to the sun. Now, he was kind of Superman-esque, and in this day and age, we've seen a lot of movies and TV shows where you have people where they're like Superman, but them being like Superman, they're kind of like the bad guys. Because they're like Superman, they kind of got like an ego, and we've seen that already. So him being that character, I was kind of already over it as soon as you found out that he was like supposedly the bad guy. Because in this movie, you really don't have any bad guys. Like, you have the deviants, but they're not on screen long enough for you to really say that they're really bad guys. But we'll just say Icarus is the bad guy for now. Okay, so with Icarus's character, he had the power to fly. He had strength. He had Superman punch, and he had laser beams, basically. Like, he was able to shoot out like solar flares from his eyes. I'm not really sure why his beam was so much more powerful than another character's beam, but that's neither here or there. There's another character, I want to say Cersei's. I want to say that's her name. I can't remember all the characters' names because I didn't really read Eternals beforehand, so I might be butchering some of their names. I might forget their names, but we'll just go with Cersei. She kind of had the power to manipulate matter. She can like touch water, turn into like ice, or turn into rocks, or make grass turn into different things, so she was able to manipulate matters like to the molecules. Her character, she had like a love story going on with the Black Knight, and Icarus's character, and everybody was talking about like, oh, this MCU's first sex scene or whatever, and I was like, all right, but like to me personally, they didn't have any chemistry at all. I didn't really care. I thought all the chemistry she did have was with the character, the Black Knight, which I wanted to see her. Well, I didn't want to see her have sex with the man. I'm just saying, like, I thought there was more of a connection between those two than what Icarus and her. Because kind of like how the movie played through. Okay, moving on from her character, you had the character Sprite. Forever, she's gonna be in a 16-year-old's body, and she was upset. Now, one thing in the movie I really didn't like is the fact that she stabbed Cersei's character in the back. And then Cersei was just like, oh, we're over that, kind of like in Fast and the Furious, my man came, tried to blow up their family. And then was like, oh, you're part of the family now. It's kind of how she acted. But then again, finding out that you're basically a robot, whatever. But anyway, she has the power to basically create illusions and all in the air and all the rest of the stuff. Power-based wise, she really couldn't fight. She was like she was like a normal 16-year-old girl who can create illusions. There was another character. Oh man, it's gonna kill me because I can't remember his name either. But he had the power to mind control people, which I thought was a cool ability. But he was kind of over it already. Like as soon as you saw him, he was like, "Hey, man, I'm emo. I don't really care. I don't really want to be here," which I thought his power set was kind of cool. But then again, I didn't really see him doing any fighting either. He did this really cool thing where he stopped a bunch of people from massacring and killing basically like a whole race of people. And then he took those people into the woods and they just basically lived their lives, which I thought was kind of cool. You have another character, two characters. You have the character Athena. I want to say Athena, but Athena, which was played by Angelina Jolie's character, which I thought Angelina Jolie did a great job in this movie. With Angelina Jolie, she had the ability to like make weapons like a shield and like knives, swords, and all this stuff with like energy, which I thought was really cool. She was a warrior. She was like Athena, the warrior, and she was pretty much badass. I thought she was cool. But there was another character, Gergis. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing his name wrong, and if I am sorry. But his character was probably one of my favorite characters of the movie. When I first seen it the first time, I actually kind of fell asleep on it, so I missed like the connection between him and her, and he was willing to like sacrifice his life for her, pretty much, and for any one of the other Eternals as well. But he basically had the power, like he was basically like the Hulk. He was really strong, and you could see his energy in his fists and his feet. But the majority of the time you saw it in his fists. He was punching people, smacking people around, bad guys and stuff like that. The deviants, laying them out. Who else am I missing? One of my favorite characters. She was a speedster. I cannot remember her name, but she's actually one of my favorite characters in the movie. I think the girl who actually played her is deaf as well, and her character was deaf, which I thought that was cool. Everything about her character I liked. Her character was like first bargaining with people, then she was stealing. Then at the end, when she got into this really good fight sequence with Icarus, and she was pummeling him. But of course, he was smart. He was stronger than her, and he ended up knocking her down and stuff like that. But she still kept fighting, man. I wanted to see so much more with her character, but they really didn't show that much more with her character other than her just running around. I was really intrigued with her character and wanted to see more. There's another character, Kengo, and I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but he ended up becoming a Bollywood actor for like generations. His character was like, he's his own grandpa, like legit. Like that. It's funny you just said it that way, but my man turned out to be his own grandpa. He had the ability to like shoot like lasers, basically, like energy from his fingertips, whatever. He could like make balls, but he needed more time to do it. basically like almost like the same power of like Icarus. When Icarus was able to shoot out his eyes, he was able to shoot it out of his fingers, which I thought his character really interesting as well. He was funny, but he's a comedian anyway. I'm kind of disappointed that he worked out so hard, got his body in really good shape, and didn't have not one scene where he can take off his shirt. I was here for it. I was like, take off the shirt. I want to see it. I want to see it, man. You worked out and up. Let me see the chest. Okay, so I really like this character as well. Last but not least, you had how did I forget his name? I can't remember his name, but he was able to create things. He's probably one of my favorite characters, and he was my favorite character in the movie, to be exact. Earlier in the movie, he was talking about how he created like this engine. He wanted to give it to the people, the human race, so that they can, advance along. Then he was like, "Here, I created a plow." And then later on, you saw that he basically, because of his creations and stuff, and how he gave them technology, how he gave human beings technology, he basically helped them create the atomic bomb. And you saw the hurt in his face, and I was like, "Oh, wow." Only thing with his character that kind of made me mad is when he was with his family, he was saying that because him and his husband, he had a son, and he's like, I want to raise my son and stuff too. Well, you will want to fight to protect your family, right? Because if the family dies, you'll survive, but they won't. So you will want to protect the earth to protect your family. And at first he was hesitant to do it, which kind of didn't make sense for his character, since he wanted to help his family. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, I think I loved his powers the most. He was able to create things, and he was a genius, if you ask me. There's actually a fight sequence in there where it shows him holding down Icarus. Icarus was tearing everybody else up. He basically created like power dampeners to like drain Icarus's power so it can bolt him down so he couldn't get up. Now, let's jump into the movie. The movie is beautiful. The scenery and everything is great. The movie is kind of jumpy, which kind of makes the movie kind of weird. So it's like when the movie opens up, it shows you when the Eternals get there. Then it fast forwards to present day. Then they fight a deviant. Then they fast forward back and they show you, like Babylon and what happened there. Then they show you the love between Cersei and Icarus. Then they jump back again, but when they're showing you the whole love thing between the two of them, they jump, and then they come to modern day. Then they get somebody else and they bring that character in. Basically, they're getting the team back together. Then they jump again, and they show you why the one guy wanted to leave and what was going on with Athena's brain, and why they wanted her to keep her memories and stuff. So the movie was kind of jumping around like that. Me personally, I kind of wish they would have like went to when the movie opened up. I kind of wish they would just took care of a lot of the backstory, kind of like a montage to lead us up into now, so that we can see a little bit more of the characters, doing everyday things. But in order to do that, that's what brings me to my first point. I kind of wish that this wasn't a movie and that it was a series. I wish that you had a good 8 episodes, a good 40 minutes. Boom. I think it would have been so much better if we could have had that in that way, because we would have been able to flush it out. We could have had the last episode be the episode where they just go balls out and they stopped the celestial that was trying to come out of the earth. Oh, you guys didn't know that part? Well, spoiler alert, there's a celestial in the middle of the planet trying to come out. And then at the end of the movie, you just see his hand and his head that's pretty much it. But the reason why I kind of like it was tonally, the movie was kind of slow. I couldn't really get into the character because there was too many characters. Then the characters that I did like, their motivations were kind of should we not do this? Should we do this? Because you had the one character, Kengo, which I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing his name wrong. His character was kind of like, well, if the celestial comes out of this planet and then destroys this planet, it then creates another star, which creates another universe, which would create more life. And how many more life would it create, in another universe, is the question. So it's like sacrificing everybody on the planet Earth so that the celestial would live and then create more life. That's basically what it broke down to. And then the other character, I already talked about it, early on. All in all, I had to say, like, if I had to rate this movie, I would say it's a 3. It's an okay movie. It's something that you can watch when it comes on Disney Plus. Sit down and enjoy it with your family. Although it got a lot of slow parts. I mean, so for me, I can't say it's a great movie. I can say that it's good. It's alright. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the worst thing that Marvel's done. So people are kind of over exaggerating all that. After a while, I think people will start to enjoy it a little bit more. But again, it's not the worst thing that Marvel's done, not by a long shot. I mean, Thor: Dark World was pretty bad. It had a couple good scenes in it, but I didn't like Thor compared to Eternals and Thor: Dark World. I'd take the Eternals over Thor: Dark World any day. I mean, Iron Man 2 wasn't that good. Iron Man 3 wasn't that good. I mean, there's other Marvel movies that weren't really that good. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, if I had to, I would say it's a 3. It's not passable. It's not fillable. It's just there. If you can pick up what I'm putting down, Around the Town, Kharlie Brown. Ta-ta.